Hey, everybody, Madeleine here to look at the astrology for September of 2025. And boy, what a dramatic month ahead we have. Business will not be as usual as we have two eclipses. We have other transits too, but I think they're going to be dwarfed by these two big eclipses. We have Mercury moving into the sign of Virgo, which will really sharpen our minds. Will be in its exaltation in the sign of Mercury. And then we have Venus going out of Leo into the sign of Virgo, where it is more in debilitation. Well, I'll go into all 12 signs for these. And then we also have Mars moving into Scorpio. So, but I think those transits are not going to be as felt as loud as the eclipses are. We have the two eclipses. The first one is going to be in the sign of Pisces at 15 degrees 22 on the 7th of September. It is the exact same eclipse that we had on that day, same day, 2006. And then we have a second new moon lunar eclipse. The first one is a full moon solar eclipse. This is going to be a new moon solar, sorry, full moon lunar. This is new moon solar on the 21st of September in the sign of Virgo at 29 degrees. So I'm going to go into all the 12 signs for each of these transits, mostly focusing on the eclipses, of course. Now, let's go ahead and look at the first eclipse. I'm going to go ahead and share the chart. I'm outside by the lake enjoying a lovely day outside. I couldn't be inside. Now, this eclipse looks really nice. I don't know if the one in 2006 had the same blessings. I have to go back and look at it, but this promises to be quite a nice eclipse because Jupiter is ruling Pisces. And the North Node is right there, and Jupiter is trining the nodes. And this is like a very auspicious part of the sky. It's also a very spiritual part of the sky. Um, so when Jupiter is making such a favorable aspect to a lunation, it's basically showing us a higher elevated perspective because Jupiter wants to expand our life, wants us to expand our life into the direction of our Dharma, because when we walk our Dharma, we're serving humanity in the way that we were designed to serve humanity. So Jupiter is blessing this eclipse with clarity of purpose and a reinvigoration of faith in the path. And we're with the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo, we're clearing sort of our soul's debris, our mental debris that blocks us from our soul's knowing. And we're really following some sort of not such a clear path because the North Node and the sign of Pisces is also ruled by Neptune, which happens to be very close and also making a very positive aspect in this eclipse, which also blesses it. But this journey with the North Node in Pisces is aligning us with our true soul's essence and to walk a life where our soul's desire, where we're feeding and nurturing the soul, not the material. It is a big eclipse of releasing because the South Node being in Virgo and full moons are big revelations and show us what we need to let go of. So it can be really challenging sometimes. If it's a relationship that needs to be let go of, it can be very, very painful. But this month will be charged with intense energies and heightened emotions and sudden twists of fate and passions and power plays, because we do have Venus in Leo, so that kind of heightens the passionate energy of this month, of course. But the eclipse will so eclipses basically end things and bring things. Eclipses something out and invite something in new. Eclipses, you see, there's Jupiter in its exaltation, by the way, which is a really good blessing for this eclipse, which makes it extremely abundant. Honestly, the more you let go and flow during this eclipse, the less struggle, trust that it's going to take us somewhere really good. Because here is Jupiter making a beautiful angle to this eclipse. Look at that. It's trining the North Node in the moon. It's a full moon lunar eclipse with Jupiter trining it like a big light saying, this is your Dharma, this is the way to go, this is what you're made for, this will nurture your soul. Leave anything behind that isn't your authentic part of your authentic path and your authentic soul's purpose. So it can come with challenges, but these are really beautiful angles. So I'm going to say we're relieved to let these things go. We're relieved to end these chapters. We're relieved to release this noise in our life. So we're basically clearing a path that takes us in a direction that truly nourishes our soul more and puts us in our true dharmic destiny, because the two things coincide, of course. All right. So that is the first eclipse. I'm going to go into all 12 signs about that. And now let's look at how beautiful that kite goes to the eclipse. So here it is. We're at the tail of the eclipse. So basically, this is untangling that big knot because it's happening at the end degree point of Pisces, or shall we say, it's opposing Saturn at that end degree point, and it's even in the shape of a kite. And here we are with the kite on the material realm, because Virgo um, the Virgo Pisces axis is all about the spiritual versus the material, right? And the practical versus the impractical. So we're going to have this kite configuration blessing us as we let something major go that releases the kite, that releases us from our karmic entanglement. So this is like the final, shall we say, it wouldn't be final because we do have the South Node continuing in Virgo, but this being the eclipse there makes it a big release of something final because it's at 29 degrees. So it's really the end of something. So we're really wrapping an old pattern, an old cycle. Our day-to-day routines are going to completely change. Our health decisions or choices are going to change. We're going to make much more soulful aligned decisions that will improve our health. We're spiritually releasing ourselves from old paradigms and old thinkings and old thoughts, and we're changing them because we're at the end degree point and Saturn is there. So Saturn is telling us, look, we have to devote to something seriously. We have to put all our eggs in this basket and devote to it, and treat it like it's a long-term thing, because we have to align with something here that Saturn wants us to align with, but at the same time, we have to release whatever's not a part of that. And we've cleared our karmic behaviors that are causing these patterns. And so, it's like we're untangling ourselves from that karmic knot in order to begin something new that really takes us a whole new cycle, a whole new 29-year cycle. So we're really headed in a new direction here, obviously very big. Now, Jupiter again is making, and again, a very positive aspect to this eclipse. So I think these eclipses are very abundant and very auspicious for everybody. So I'm excited to go through all the 12 signs. All right. I will see you there. All right. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising. You guys are having these eclipses in your second and in your eighth house. The first eclipse in Pisces at 1522 degrees is going to be a full moon lunar eclipse, which usually indicates some sort of closure, some sort of ending, some sort of significant release, sort of marking the end of a past version of yourself, or basically just the end of a major cycle happening there in your second house of financing or earning income, feeding the way that you feed yourself. So something's going to change radically there. You're going to get some sort of revelation or some sort of clarity that this isn't probably the way you want to go. And there's a good chance that you change your source of income and find a new, more in aligned, soul aligned, dharmic way, or the way that is what fills your cup, or the way that you want to live your life, finding an income or a way to earn your living in a way that really fills your soul and makes you happy, basically. So yeah, so basically expect financial shakeups and plans, your financial plans kind of shaking up and changing into more alignment with your dharma, earning money in a way that aligns with your true dharma, basically. And you are basically also looking at how you value yourself, your own self-esteem. Do you value yourself? Do you see yourself as worth more income? Do you deserve a better income? So you're sort of seeing that, you're kind of realizing that your self-worth is the foundation of all other wealth, basically. So, yeah, this is a shakeup in your finances. But again, if any kind of a crisis shows up there, or a way of earning money goes away, let it's not for you. And again, in these eclipses, anything that is left after these eclipses are good for us and truly worth keeping, basically. So if um, we want to let go and not try to force anything and allow the changes to occur, because this is a water sign eclipse. It's a Pisces eclipse. It's like just go with the flow on it, basically. So yeah, so you're going to be making some bold new financial decisions to sort of, and it is a good chance that this new beginning in your second house of a new way of making money that comes in with this eclipse, because an old way goes and a new way shows up, is a bold sort of risk, but you're going to feel courageous and ready to do this because you don't, you're ready to clear that. Plus, you've got Saturn in your second house, so you're really doing a lot of internal evaluating and reflecting on what it is you truly do want to build. What is your, what, what way do you want to go here, and really reflect on that and take some time and connect with a true essence of how you want to make your money. Let's put it this way, a way to make money that aligns with your true essence. And so you're going to take some time on this because Saturn in retrograde is blocking and slowing down perhaps some of these new beginnings. Don't worry, you'll be okay. You never want to make any rash, impulsive decisions around these eclipses, but Saturn's going to make sure you're okay there. Make sure you have dinner, maybe not dessert, but dinner, but you're reevaluating and you're aligning and you're trying to gain clarity on what it is what new way that makes you happy. What is the new way for you to earn money that makes you happy? So now we're going to move to the second eclipse, which is happening on the 21st in the sign of Virgo, 29 degrees in your eighth house. So there is a chance that we have, and this is connected to the first eclipse, there could be some sort of financial crisis. Again, you have to, you could discover that your spouse is got a debt, or that you discover you have a tax lien or a tax bill, or you're someone's hiding a debt or cheating on you, or there's some sort of a relationship tension, stress show up here. But this brings a transformation now. A relationship could end on that eclipse and you dissolve your joint income, or you start a new relationship and you merge your income, and this is a new beginning, or both. Because eclipses take a 6-month window. So can play out in the time in a 6-month period. So yeah, so the second eclipse marks major new beginnings, but again, in an eighth house, there can be some revelations that are traumatic and that are upsetting and that are triggering. Or it can just be a debt that you discover that you want to pay off, or it doesn't. I had an eighth house eclipse, and it something cost me a lot of money that scared me, but it ended up okay. So you're just kind of facing some subconscious fears of lack of control in that house, or in that intimacy, romance, and in money. But these eclipses get us over that fear. We lose control, and then that thing we fear sort of shows up, but then we don't die. You're going to be okay. Now and then there's a very auspicious new beginnings occurring in this eclipse as well. And so we're looking at new beginnings involving investment opportunities. Again, like I said, joint soul contracting, or joining your finances together and investing in a property. There could be, let's see, eighth house eclipses reveal financial truths, bring deep emotional purging, and it is a time to trust in your closest bonds while letting go of control. So we're getting these new beginnings in the house of financial stability. It shows up as shaking up the house, that the financial stability, but that shakeup then shakes it up to be stable, and it resettles you. So this is a transformative time in your finances, from a chaotic place to it being settled. So what else can I say about this eighth house eclipse? Let's go ahead and look at it here for you guys. All right, so there's the eclipse to your eighth house. Wow, I really like this trine from Uranus to the eclipse here. So this could be you know what? You don't have to go negative on this. There could be a positive wind fall up. The eighth house is either big losses or big wins. Either way, I'm leaning on the wind here with that nice trine to that house, to that angle to the eclipse. But remember, intensity shows up, fears can be up revealed, but they do get purged and purified in these eclipses. So yeah, and then we've got Venus will be in Leo for most of the month, and that will be in your seventh house of relationship partnership. So a lot of passion with your mate, your partner, and creative projects, maybe co-collaborative creative ventures with your divine mate, or your if you're in a whatever relationship, it can be a business partnership agreement type creative projects, making contracts, signing agreements, or passion in the bedroom. And that eclipse in your eighth house can involve, for some people, a new relationship and passion in the bedroom with that Venus in that Leo house coming together. And then Mercury at the beginning of the month is going into your eighth house. So there's a lot of focus and busy attention to your finances, probably working on your taxes and discovering a lot of hidden, what do you call it? Is it snafus or knots or hidden bummers or hidden problems, whatever, that are showing up to be cleared up. And then everything, your money and your finances for the next 18 years are going to be, you're going to pull yourself together in these areas. That's what this is about, is sort of getting your act together, and with all that Virgo in your eighth house, really putting focus and organizing your finances, detailed precision, perhaps applying for seconds, loans, business loans. But it is a house of financial um, gains and advancement. So, and this is a blessed eclipse. These are blessed eclipses because Jupiter is involved, and it is giving us auspicious results. All right. I hope you have a wonderful month. And if you would like a personal reading, feel free to contact me or book at soullevels.com, my website, or email me at madelaine.parker111 at gmail.com if you'd like to be put on my monthly email astro list report. All right. Have a wonderful month. Namaste.